Hey, you guys want to hear a joke? The gaming community's reaction to Star Wars Battlefront. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, hi, how you doing? And may the Force be with you. This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show, you rebel scum. So, Star Wars Battlefront, finally out. Been playing the game, and I have been enjoying it. And that review of the game I keep talking about is coming out very, very soon. I just want to make this commentary video discussing a certain aspect of Battlefront and some of the reactions the gaming community has been having to Battlefront. Some reasonable, some very silly. First off, this aspect of the game I want to talk about. Now, one thing about Star Wars Battlefront that everyone unanimously agrees on, whether you be a critic, a Star Wars fan, a non-Star Wars fan, a gamer, whatever. I think everyone can agree that Star Wars Battlefront is one of the best looking and best sounding games to date. I mean, it's mind-blowing, really mind-blowing. The graphical fidelity of Star Wars Battlefront, the fact that the game looks so friggin' amazing and runs so well. And improving upon that, the sound design, the music, the sound effects, even the voices for the most part, it all feels and sounds Star Wars. This is one of the most authentic Star Wars games out there. It's one of the most authentic, loyal, and impeccable video game to show such love for the franchise it is working off of. I think everybody can unanimously agree Star Wars Battlefront looks and it sounds great. However, Star Wars Battlefront has been receiving a very particular complaint that a majority of people are agreeing on, and that is the quantity of the content in the game. You see, Star Wars Battlefront at launch has 12 maps and 11 weapons, which is just unacceptable. Wait a minute, that's actually kind of alright. That's okay. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, it's not worth $60? Oh, so you personally went over to DICE and EA and calculated the expenses it took to develop the game, calculated work hours, overtime, the voice actors that needed to be paid, the employees that need to be paid for their work, all the time spent creating these original models and assets, the time spent traveling to these locations to take pictures of the actual places where the movie took place, the actual movie locales that were filmed. So you've calculated all the prices for all that shit it took to make the game, and you've calculated what the actual cost of a single copy of Star Wars Battlefront should be. Okay, let's hear it. Hello? You still there? Oh wait, you didn't calculate a damn thing, did you? You're just yelling off the top of your head. This game doesn't have enough content, it's not worth $60! It has only 12 maps and 11 weapons! Brrr. I see. Look, we all have our right to an opinion. I'm not arguing your opinion. It's when you start stating your opinion like it's some sort of fact that then I have a problem. So, certain critics of Star Wars Battlefront saying it's not worth the $60, period, I'd call bullshit. Because unless you have personally gone over to EA and DICE, asked all the employees, the managers of the project, the game director, the producers, the whole shebang, unless you went over to them and actually calculated, estimated, rounded up all the prices it took to actually formulate and put together Star Wars Battlefront, unless you put in that significant effort to find out the actual pricing of Star Wars Battlefront, I doubt you know whether the game should cost $60 or not. Now, I have stated before that I do share the opinion of critics like Jim Sterling that say, not every AAA video game needs to be $60. I really do think that AAA video games should experiment with the pricing. Try lowering your prices, try releasing a AAA video game at $40, $30, see if it sells more or less copies. I'm just saying, take a chance with the price. Gamers like a good deal. Hell, everybody, every customer, every paying customer out there likes a good deal. However, I am also of the opinion of, well, capitalism and workers earning what they work for. Yes, Star Wars Battlefront doesn't have as many maps as some other games. Actually, 12 maps. A lot of games have 12 maps. Actually, holy crap, Black Ops Free has launched with only 12 multiplayer maps. I don't hear you guys bitching about that. Let me get this straight. Star Wars Battlefront has only 12 multiplayer maps, and that's a negative. But Black Ops Free has also only 12 multiplayer maps. Yet, somehow, that's a positive? Or that's alright? That's the standard? I'm not seeing the what? Okay, Star Wars Battlefront has only 11 weapons. Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I would prefer a finite number of well-designed weapons over an abundance of weapons that are copy-paste, or have weapons that are obviously better than others, making those other weapons useless for you to use just the better weapons. And besides Han Solo's blaster, I mean, that thing is overpowered as all the weapons in Star Wars Battlefront have their own unique feel to them. Even though they're all shooting red lasers, they have different fire rates, different damage, are effective at multiple ranges. So, yeah. Honestly, guys, I had a direction and a script and everything. I had a whole direction I was gonna go with this video, but screw it, I'm taking this video in another direction. I was gonna talk all about how Battlefront is a game about quality over quantity, but quite honestly, the quantity is fine. Other games have released with the same amount of maps, the same amount of weapons. No one's complained before, but you're complaining now? Look, I'm even talking as someone who adores Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2. They're some of my favorite games of all time. They are my childhood, the Star Wars Battlefront games. I love those games to death. And yes, those older games that were made years ago, that I love, mind you, had more maps than this Star Wars Battlefront. However, the maps were not as well designed or as well detailed as the new Battlefronts are. Come on guys, let's admit it here. Star Wars Battlefront looked good, it looked decent for the time it came out, but there were definitely some cheap elements to it. There were copy-pasted textures, there were half-assed animations, and I'm comparing this to games that came out the same time as Battlefront. And this is coming from someone who loves and adores Star Wars Battlefront. You don't believe me? Check out my review of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Check out my Star Wars Battlefront videos about the older games. I love and adore those games. And I was absolutely terrified for this Star Wars Battlefront. And speaking as an honest-to-God, die-hard fan and lover of the old Star Wars Battlefronts, I can tell you guys, the base game of Star Wars Battlefront is in fact, indeed, a quality product. Whether it is actually, factually, worth $60 or not, well, that's up to you. Is the game worth that much money to you? Would you pay that much money? And that leads me into the second subject of this video I wanted to address. A lot of people have been complaining about the price tag of Star Wars Battlefront. A lot of people have been saying they won't buy the game because of its price tag, and they won't buy the game because of its $50 season pass. They recommend that other people don't buy the game, or that if you have, to refund it. Allow me to interject here and apply some common sense. You don't need to buy Star Wars Battlefront right away. If you're still interested in the game, whether you're morbidly interested or genuinely interested in playing Star Wars Battlefront, no one's forcing you to pay $60 for the base game or $50 for the season pass. A lot of people are making it sound like EA is reaching their hand into your wallet and taking your money from you. No, they're not. You are handing them your money. It's your money to give. EA isn't breaking into your house and taking the money from you. You don't need to pay $60, $50. You don't need to pay a grand total of $110 to get the base game in the season pass. I wouldn't recommend paying $110. That's ridiculous. You spend that much money on a single video game? All these critics and particular individuals are outraged at the pricing of the game when you don't need to buy the game at those prices. There are these wonderful magical things called sales and cheap deals. I never buy video games at full price anymore. With such wonderful websites as eBay, G2A.com, Humble Bundle, and so many more, you can get Star Wars Battlefront for like $20 to $40 and the season pass $10 to $30. People are acting so outraged, saying EA is stealing your money, trying to take from you. EA is not the goddamn boogeyman. They do not have magical powers of money-stealing teleportation. The only way EA gets money from you is if you give it to them. I would not recommend getting Star Wars Battlefront at $110, getting the base game in the season pass. I would recommend you do the smart, intelligent, reasonable thing and look for cheap deals online, like a rational human being would. Instead of bitching about the base price about the game or the price of DLC, just don't get that stuff at that price. It's very easy nowadays. Seriously, I'm laughing my ass off watching these critics and these other individuals on YouTube and these YouTube videos complaining about Star Wars Battlefront's price tag. I'm just laughing my ass off going, are you guys really paying full price, or do you guys really believe you have to pay full price for a game? It's hilarious. But yeah, this has been a video. Not exactly the video I was expecting to make, not exactly the direction I was thinking to take this video in, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on Star Wars Battlefront? What are your thoughts, feelings, opinions on this video? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below. I love reading comments. I don't get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you like this video in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. And finally, I am the Gamertron. I love video games. I love talking about video games. And if that's something that interests you, maybe consider supporting my channel by subscribing to me. Anyways, guys, this has been a video, and I will see you guys later.